Hey guys, another week of Haikyuu. So I hope you guys don't mind the two videos per week. It seems to be doing okay. And I actually did that very well. I had 2 exams yesterday and today, and I went on a camping trip this weekend, and I still got good grades in the exams, and I was still able to upload Teen Wolf and all that, and so it seems to be okay, and it should be less hectic hopefully. But I think I'll be able to still do 2 videos per week, since they're not usually that long anyways, and I'm watching these episodes regardless. But yeah, so I hope those videos were good and didn't seem too rushed or anything. Alright, so anyways, this video is for the new episode of Haikyuu, episode 14, I believe it is. And I actually, I like this one a lot, and I liked how it wasn't just all about Hinata like the last one seemed to be. I mean, and even at the end, he finally was kind of able to do what he was trying to do, even though it didn't, like, get them a point. He was still able to do it, and they didn't really make a big deal out of it, which I thought was kind of weird, considering it was, like, what they were trying to do all last episode, and then all of a sudden it just, like, wasn't as important. Which, you know, it wasn't, because, I mean, it was kind of important, but I guess since it's still, like, untrained, it's not, like, he hasn't accomplished it yet, so it kind of makes sense why they make a big deal about it. Plus, they had to try other things, like, when, I think his name starts like Kuro or something, but that's just because he's got black hair. But the captain, that I think Hinata calls, like, who, with, like, hair flopped over hair, I don't know. Either way, with him up front, they had to change because he was watching him, and then, I like this episode a lot, especially because you just get to see, you know, how all the teams flow together. You got to see Kurosuna's strength, which is mostly just, like, power and, you know, speed and force, and them just trying to, like, push it. But that's just because right now, since most of them are new, and they're like a new team, and they haven't really had the chance to work together, they haven't been able to flow connections well together and, like, beef up their skills, because they're still... Like, Hinata's, like, still pretty inexperienced and still needs to learn a lot of stuff. But, like, the coach for the Nekama school says that, you know, soon it won't be an Oni, and their Iron Club, they'll both be 2 Onis, which, you know, they will at some point, probably. And they just need to work on connections and just get stronger and improve. And then I liked how, you know, they kept playing more practice matches, because that's, you know, helpful for both teams, and, you know, of course, it will show you what mistakes you're making and just how to improve on yourself, which I liked a lot that they do in games, because a lot of times in games, either they don't even show practice matches, or if they do show practice matches, that they only do it, like, once, and then someone wins, someone loses, and that's it, and you'll wait, like, another month until they have another one, and it makes more sense that since, you know, you have, like, the whole day, or maybe 1 or 2 days, depending on, you know, wherever they live together or whatever, it makes sense to keep going, just to, you know, see what you need to improve on, because sometimes the first time you don't get it, so you need to see it again and again. Anyways, and then I liked how after the matches, with Tanaka and, Yamamoto, Yamamoto especially is like, what's your manager's name? And he's acting all, like, shy and stuff, and Tanaka's like, what, you want to fight? And he's just like, oh, you know, you want to take, what, you're gonna approach a manager? He's like, no, I can't do it. And then Tanaka was talking about how even when you talk to her and she ignores you, it's still really great. He's like, okay, I can't jump over that hurdle, I can't. And the fact that he's acting all shy and stuff, and that they seem to get really along, and then they become really good friends and start crying when they're leaving, is really cute. And I like how well Hinata gets on with Inu Oza? Inuzuka? I don't remember his name, but the other middle blocker that was facing off against Hinata. How much they're, like, kind of there too, and they're both using sound effects and jumping up and down and stuff. And then I think I'm still pretty sure his name is Kuro, but the captain and Tsuki will have some more interactions later. in this season or next season. I don't actually know. And they'll have more interaction. So it's like a little brief meeting, and you could see how interested Kuro was in Suki. I want to call him Kuro. Hopefully his name has something to do with Kuro. If not, you know who I'm talking about, probably. How interested that Kuro was kind of in Suki and how his like nonchalant attitude and stuff. And then his little rivalry with Daichi is pretty hilarious too, as well as Ukai's little rivalry with both coach and the other advisor or the other coach. I don't actually know what the other dude is for Nekoma. Assuming he's the advisor. But and then I also liked how the teacher advisor for Kurosuna was kind of praised and stuff too. It's just like everyone's getting like advice and blah 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 blah, and like getting complimented and like seeing how they can improve and stuff. And then God, Kageyama was so creepy. He's like wanting to like murmuring all these questions he wants to ask Kenna, but he's kind of shy, but Kenna can still hear him, so he just kind of runs. And then I also like how Tsuga is getting along with their libero, who I know the name of, but Nishino really admires him too, and then ends up staring at him and talking to him, and just all around all the meetings were just like either really hilarious or really cute or both. And it's like these two teams will really be good rivals, like how the coach was saying, and they'll hopefully battle against each other in the nationals, and you know they'll definitely do more practice matches together, and these teams seem like they'll be really good friends. I think that's it. Yeah, I've already been talking 7 minutes. That's pretty good. I don't have a lot to talk about. It wasn't like a really like. It was almost kind of a filler episode, but not, because you're still getting some character development and still learning some about the characters, and you're seeing the rivalry form and the relationships form, but at the same time it wasn't like no like definite plot points were there, with the exception of the fact that I guess Kurosuna lost and they need to work more. But other than that, you know, nothing. And then at the end, after the credits, showing how Kageyama, for a second I thought it was just Kageyama not talking alone, and then you realize when they're done, and Coach Yukai is just like, yes, right, I'm glad you realized that. I'm like, wait, what? They're there too? If this was a real match, they would have lost, they would have been out, and it shows like a flashback to, you know, when they're in middle school, Kageyama's old team losing, and you know, Hina is losing the first match, like in the first episode, and how they don't want that to happen, and they show some determination, and the coach is like, that's right, and the inner high tournament's coming up soon, so we need to work harder, guys. And then he says they're gonna go back and talk and then train, and everyone just like shows the determined face. Yeah, and I like how Nishino was kind of stretching, but everyone was just like so determined and showing you that they're gonna work really hard. And yeah, I think that's it. So it was a good episode. I liked it a lot. But I like the Nekoma team a lot, and the relationship they're forming with Kurosuna. So it was a good episode. And I'm excited for next week, because next week's pretty much all training, I think, before the inner high. So all training, some more character development, and probably stuff like that. I don't know. But it'll be good. But anyways, I hope you guys liked this video, and let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about this episode. Like or dislike, whatever. Let me know what you're thinking about these 2 video thing I'm doing. Or don't. Whatever. Just happy you're watching. But anyways, thanks guys. I love you. Have a good week, and I'll see you either Friday or Saturday for the Teen Wolf video. Alright, bye.